Hey, what's going on, Inspirators? It's your boy, Tony Doyle, TonyDoyleInspires.com. And I'm thankful you guys popped in the Inspirate channel once again today. Got something really special on tap for you today. We have a second in our series called In Their Own Words. This is a series of videos that we're putting together here on the Inspirate channel that really celebrate noted authors, poets, thought leaders, so different thinkers that really influenced what we do now today. So these are like really basis level thinkers that really future authors, the current crop of authors have listed as some of the most influential and important over the years. So it is no slight at all, and definitely is not hyperbole that the second author that we would feature on this is Florence Scovel Shinn. If you guys are not familiar with Florence Scovel Shinn, you definitely should be, and as always, I suggest you guys do your own research. Check out these authors that I'm letting you know about, and I'll talk a little bit about some of the books that she's famous for. But and obviously, we're going to go into her own words, so you'll hear some of the quotes, the quotables from her different books and lectures and things like that. But very, very good stuff. Like I said, foundational type of thinking, and kind of the reason that we are at where we are now on the planet, So my initial thought was, let's highlight the folks that really got the shift going to where it's at now, and started getting the momentum going. So Florence Scovel Shinn is definitely deserved of that honorary place in history, and especially on this channel, at least, as she is definitely one of my favorite authors to read. So let's talk a little bit about her, and then we're going to get right into it, because the whole idea of this is for you guys to hear her thoughts in her own words through quotation. But Florence Scovel Shinn was an American artist and book illustrator, first and foremost, and then she became a New Thought spiritual teacher and metaphysical writer, kind of in her middle years, actually. In New Thought circles, she is best known for her book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. You guys have probably seen, I like to post memes and quotes of her stuff, especially from that book, but several others as well. Her quotes, and you're going to see, because we're going to get right into it right away, but she is a very, for her time, a very next level thinker, and you'll definitely see a lot of how these quotes inspired other authors, coaches, mentors, and folks like that are working today, and kind of how her initial thoughts helped develop really a lot of the New Thought movement. Okay, and she definitely had a great way of explaining it, kind of easy and accessible way to get into. So with no further ado, may her quotes on success, specifically, which we're going to focus on today, inspire you to speak words of abundance, love, prosperity, and, of course, success and satisfaction for your own life. All right, that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. This is Florence Scovel Shinn in her own words. You will be a failure until you impress the subconscious with the conviction that you are a success. This is done by making an affirmation which clicks. period. Florence Scovel Shinn. If one asks for success and prepares for failure, he will get the situation he has prepared for every time. Florence Scovel Shinn. There is a place that you are to fill, something that you are meant to do, which no one else can or will or should ever do. Florence Scovel Shinn. The simple rules are fearless faith, non-resistance, and love. Fearless faith, non-resistance, and love. That's it. Florence Scovel Shinn. No man is a success in business unless he loves his work. There is supply for every demand. And for every demand, supply. It's the law of abundance. Florence Scovel Shinn. Words and thoughts are a tremendous vibratory force, ever molding mankind's body and affairs. Florence Scovel Shinn. Sound familiar? Words and thoughts, right? My good now flows to me in a steady, unbroken, ever-increasing stream of success. Success, happiness, and abundance. Those are my hallmarks. Florence Scovel Shinn. If you want an affirmation, that's a great one. Every person, every single person, is a golden link in the chain of my good and the good of all humanity. Florence Scovel Shinn. The game of life is a game of boomerangs. Our thoughts, deeds, and words return to us sooner or later with astounding accuracy. Florence Scovel Shinn. A man who can change his conditions by changing his words. Any man who does not know the power of a word is behind in the time. For we know words create our life. Florence Scovel Shinn. I only desire that which infinite intelligence desires through me. I claim that which is mine by divine right and under grace in a perfect way. Little tinge of her spirituality there. Florence Scovel Shinn. Every great work, every big accomplishment has been brought into manifestation through holding to the vision. And often, just before the big achievement, comes apparent failure and discouragement. But nevertheless, hold strong. Florence Scovel Shinn. Change your thoughts, and in the twinkling of an eye, all your conditions change. Your world is a world of crystallized ideas, crystallized words. Sooner or later, you reap the fruits of your words and thoughts. Florence Scovel Shinn. No man is your enemy. No man is even your friend. But every man is your teacher. Florence Scovel Shinn. The first start toward any success is to be glad that you are yourself. Giving opens the way for receiving. Man can only receive what he sees himself receiving. No man gives to himself, but himself no man takes away from himself, but himself. Yes, giving is the way to receiving. Florence Scovel Shinn. Whatever man feels deeply or images clearly is impressed upon his subconscious mind and carried out in minutest of details. Florence Scovel Shinn. Your word is your wand. The words you speak create your own destiny. Florence Scovel Shinn, probably one of her most famous. And she did have a really good book called Your Word is Your Wand as well. Intuition is a spiritual faculty and does not explain, but simply points the way. Florence Scovel Shinn. If prayer is the telephoning and speaking to God, intuition is God telephoning you back. Florence Scovel Shinn. If one is willing to do a thing he is afraid to do, he does not have to face a situation fearlessly, and there is no situation to face. It falls away of its own weight, for it were all imagination. Florence Scovel Shinn. Bless your enemy, and you will rob him of his ammunition, for arrows will be transmuted into blessings. This law is true of nations as well as individuals. Bless a nation, send love and goodwill to every inhabitant, and if it is robbed of its power to harm, so be it. Florence Scovel Shinn. A person with a good imagining faculty, trained to image only good, brings into his life every good desire of his heart. Florence Scovel Shinn. All power is given man through right thinking to bring his heaven upon his earth. And this is the goal of the game of life. Florence Scovel Shinn. I took with wonder that which is before me. I look and love all that is abounding. For abundance is in all directions. And I know in my heart it is all mine. Florence Scovel Shinn. When man can wish without worrying, every desire will be instantly fulfilled. For it is in the worrying that we block desire coming to fruition. Florence Scovel Shinn. So long a man resists a situation, he will have it with them. For in that resistance, he empowers the negative. Florence Scovel Shinn. Nothing on earth can resist an absolutely non-resistant person. It is the law of attraction. Florence Scovel Shinn. We cannot always control our thoughts, but we can control our words. And repetition impresses the subconscious. It's a proven fact. And we are then the masters of the situation. Florence Scovel Shinn. And finally, I'll leave you with this. All that you require is already on your pathway, but you must be wide awake to your good to bring it into your manifestation and your personal experience. Behold, I make all things new and all things good, for in their goodness they are a blessing unto me, and I a blessing unto the world. Florence Scovel Shinn. I hope these quotes inspire you to get into some of her work. Like I said, she is a foundational author and speaker. She has phenomenal writings and books that you can check out. Once again, her name is Florence Scovel Shinn, Shinn, and I definitely once again encourage you to do your own research. Check her stuff out. Well worth your time. Pick up some books or audiobooks of her things. Like I said, she actually explains things really nicely. I almost decided just to read an entire chapter of a book so you could see how her things flow as opposed to these. But this kind of gives you a taste of several different books and a taste of spirituality, success, some of her affirmations, and those type of things. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, and if you like things like that, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the little bell symbol. That'll give you notification every single time we put out new content, and we are dedicated to putting out a new video every single day. So check that off, and hit the like button if you did like this video, and if you really loved it and you know somebody that this could really help, please help me out and send this directly to them. We are inspired to raise the vibration of the planet, and I really like this channel to be able to show you all the different ways that I'm inspired, and hopefully some of those things inspire you also, and we can go from there. So yeah, appreciate you guys, and if you do have some other authors that you think I really need to check out and maybe share with the audience here, put it in the comments down below. I always appreciate the comments. Anytime you guys leave me some. If you don't want to leave them here on YouTube, we do have a Facebook group of the same name, NSPR8, Inspirate, and feel free to go there and send me some kind of notification there, and we'll get that worked out and get you in the group, and we'll start co-creating together. So once again, appreciate you. My name is Tony Doyle from TonyDoyleInspires.com. This is In Their Own Words, and I appreciate you guys joining in today. So until tomorrow, wishing you peace and love. And remember, if you're not inspired, you're just not looking around enough. We are abundant in so many ways. Look around and appreciate something, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Hey.